Let's say you're responsible for a project and you realize you need some extra help. You can fill out a form describing what you need and for how long. And after that request is approved by your designated approver, it goes to the contractor manager, who is the person at your company responsible for interfacing with external staffing vendors. The contractor manager can share this request with one or more staffing vendors who can review it and provide candidates with uploaded resumes so that the requester and the contractor manager can find the right talent to get their work done. Once the work is going, the staffing vendor can supply charges so that the requester always knows how much money is being spent. And when the work is done, the requester can provide ratings and feedback so that for future opportunities, we have a history of how this candidate has performed. Let's create a contractor request. I can decide how much time I need. In this case, I want a full-time person. I can give a work description. And I'm going to describe the skills that I need, which office I need the help in. And because all of these are pick lists, any Salesforce admin can customize the fields that are here. I'll put in my start and end date. There's my request, and I'll submit it for approval. Now that the requester's manager has approved the request, I, as the contractor manager, can move the status of the request to accepting resumes. I'll do that using the path. And then I'm going to share this request with my vendors. I'll click Add New Permission, and I will select a user. In this case, I typically work with Sarah, and I need her to be able to see this request. And even though Sarah's outside my company, she can log in to the community and see these requests. And of course, you can do your own fonts and colors and logo and branding, but this is a very simple portal for the package. Here's the request that was just created. Sarah can click on it, read all the details, and submit her candidate. Now, of course, Sarah can manage all the contractors that she's using here under My Contractors, and she can see their history and where they're currently working. So with one click, Sarah can create a new applicant for her company, Universal Services. She can pick a contractor and specify the hourly rate. Right, the applicant's created, and now she can see the applicant here. And even attach a resume. And of course, you could choose to wrap an approval process around the applicants as well. Once the vendor manager closes the contractor request, we can review the resumes that were submitted. So we can see the one that was submitted by Sarah at Universal Services, and we can also look at another one that Sarah couldn't see because it's from another vendor. So I can click on this applicant and review her resume, but I can also look at the history of this contractor. So Cecilia has done work for us before on 2 previous projects and received really high scores. These scores come from the requester after the project is completed. And just like the vendor manager shared contractor requests with the vendor, I can also share purchase orders so that vendors can add charges for a certain time period and a certain amount, so we can track the spend of these projects. And because all this data is in Salesforce, we can create reports and dashboards quickly to show us a bird's eye view of anything we're interested in, like which companies we spend staffing resource dollars with, and specifically which projects and resources are being used. Finally, when the work is done and the project is over, I can click on any of my applicants and use the Leave Feedback button. So I'll give Cecilia a 10 and let her know that she's done a great job.